Right. I'm blessed to live this life.
Woke up this morning and I prayed to the Most High. The sun is shining so bright. I'm blessed to live this life. Yahawashi. Blessed be Yahawah. Blessed be Yahawah.
Shalawam.
Wow, what's happening?
What it do?
Welcome to the Helpmeets
What's
Hangout.
up?
What it
Welcome
is,
to the
double.
Helpmeets
What's
Hangout. This is where the Helpmeets hang out.
Helpmeets Hangout? Hey, cause welcome to the Helpmeets
Hey,
Hangout.
what's up, sisters?
What's up,
Everybody
y'all? We
going
hanging
well
out today.
through the spirit. All praise to the Most High that we able to make it to another podcast. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's
happy
been a
new
long
moon
2
to the
weeks.
sisters that celebrate new moon. Happy new moon.
Oh, Kurt! A shining moon to y'all. I think mine in like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. But a shining moon to y'all. What you cooking today, girl?
I made some tacos. We made tacos last night. Chicken tacos and margaritas.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yes, y'all, it's so easy. All I did was went and got a rotisserie chicken because I was not about to cook no chicken. Get a rotisserie chicken. You can either get the taco seasoning pack. I don't use those. I make my own. All you need is cumin, chili powder, onion powder. Damn.
We just reminded me to get some cumin at the stove.
And get some corn tortillas and fry them up in the pan. I'm trying to tell you, so good, so good. That's like a frequent thing we do in our household. Is
I don't know what to cook to dinner tonight. My other one, he be like, cook whatever you want, babe.
It really is cook whatever you want because they gonna eat it. I'm trying to tell you that. It's food. He happy he get them cook meals now, girl.
Go, girl, just cook it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I have no idea. I'm a
do breakfast for dinner. Do y'all have breakfast stuff? You could do breakfast for dinner.
We just had chicken and waffles. I don't want that.
Oh,
yeah, because I had made some waffles this morning and warmed up that chicken. So we had chicken and waffles this morning. Well, he had chicken and waffles. I just had a waffle and
strawberries. I was going to say, listen, y'all be up early. We'll be up early. I made him a turkey sandwich. I was like, I gotta go. I gotta hurry up. I'm running late. Gotta hurry up.
Oh, so I was like, you throwing me behind schedule.
I was like, oh, that's okay though. But I got as long as I got my cup of tea. Bam.
No, see, I haven't even. I'm excited to make some tea because my mama she bought me like this little kettle thing that'll make your tea in there for you. So I'm excited to see what that's talking about.
My mom got me one. But that one is more so for like herbs. Like you can, it's like a thing in the middle where you can sit the herbs in, and then you can allow them to like steep for a little while after you pour the water in. And then his mom got us an electric one. So you just plug it up, you sit it on the base, and it just boil the water. So it's like they both came in handy. I was like, y'all know me so well. Thank you so much.
That's the one my mama got for me, the one that you plug up and it boil the water.
I like that one. That
I'm
one,
sure
it's like,
to use it.
That thing be moving. I'd be like, damn. I made his while I was making his sandwich. I put my tea on, and it was done before I finished even making his sandwich. So it was like,
see that hard person.
Yes. Did you want to read the precept? You want to read that precept first?
Yeah, we just on here chatting, y'all. Let's get to business.
Listen, we hanging out, okay?
Okay. The Hangout channel. But first, I'm going to give 1 Peter 4:11. And if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahawah. If any man minister, let him do it as the ability which Yahawah giveth, that Yahawah in all things may be glorified through Yahawashi HaMashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. So, we want to speak the oracles of the Most High, playing upon tables, we want to speak what's well pleasing in the sight of Yahawah. Let the word of Yahawah be true and every man a liar.
All praises. Do y'all hear my cat?
You got a cat?
Yeah, we got a kitten. Oh my god.
When'd you get a kitten?
Like maybe like a week
This must have been
It's
new.
almost, yeah, he's so tiny too. Yesterday he just fell
See,
asleep on me.
I want a kitten, but somebody.
Lord, I seen what you have done for others, Lord.
My other one was like, I don't want no cat. So we can't household dad can't get no cat. He ain't messing with it. Can't get no cat.
Dang, son, I'm sorry.
But I brought
Maybe y'all
here,
could get a puppy.
Pepper. Come here,
Oh, well,
Pepper.
y'all already got a puppy,
Come
so
here. Pepper, get up here. Come
it's
on, Pepper.
crazy. My cat the same color as your puppy. Well, your dog. It's not a puppy
This
no
is
more.
Pepper.
Hey,
Better when he's shaving, but I've had him since I was in the 10th grade. So
why did he just smell you like that?
that dog, girl, you know what he did yesterday on the Sabbath? So my other one mom stopped by and we was outside talking. I come back in my room and it's boo boo and pee on our bed.
Who's tripping, bro? It's the kitty.
You too cute. He's so cute. Oh.
It's the same
Yeah,
color as your dog.
yeah, they're the same color.
He crying. He better than crying. No, boo, you gotta be in. You're not in timeout, but you gotta stay where you at for right now. I'll let you out, cause he doing
When you get
crazy
done.
stuff.
Mm-mm.
But that's okay. But
The sister asks, "Can you turn up your mic? She can't really hear you."
oh snap! How do I do that? Hold on. Is that better?
Say something.
Something.
We can hear you, but it's like it's not like
It's
very.
like I'm far.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm far.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to work this. I don't know if I'm turning it down.
We can hear you though.
I don't know what
The
to
water, sis.
do. Oh, the water.
Call like
Oh
how
my
she's like, you're
goodness.
beautiful too.
I don't. Hold on, y'all.
Yes, child. The bed. The whole bed.
It
Not the
say what?
bed.
She would never
She
be a
said,
cat.
Shalawam, not the bed. I'll only ever be a cat lady. Yes, the bed.
Yes, cat lady.
Mm-mm. But you
Y'all,
know what? I whooped
I
him, but I wasn't like mad. The most had me show mercy because he's been in Texas the past 6-7 years, like me. So we both in the transition period. This is all new to him. So I'm kind of not that mad because he going through it.
don't.
But I still popped him like that's not acceptable.
Right. I definitely would have. I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all cannot hear me.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
No, I'm talking about that it's low, like the quality. I don't know
Oh,
what's going on today. I don't know.
it's okay.
And I don't have my AirPods.
He that had
I
an ear, let him hear.
say it again.
I said, he that had an ear, let him hear. We gonna hear you today through the
I'm
spirit.
sorry,
Okay.
y'all.
This
Listen,
message is gonna get
I
across.
didn't have time to do a mic check 1 2 1 2. I ain't have time, but
So you want to get started?
yes, ma'am. We are here today to talk about why sisterhood is so important, the importance of sisterhood. And I just want to know from sisters. I know yesterday, we were posting on our page and we were asking like, is sisterhood even important? And I was a little bit surprised by the results. So 99% of sisters said that sisterhood is important, and 1% said a little bit, like not really, So I'm gonna say, I'm going to say the reason why I'm surprised at this is because it's like, dang, I really do think sisterhood is important. But that 1%, wherever that came from, I could kind of understand what that sister was saying, only because it depends on what your experience with sisters have been. That certain experiences mold how you look at things and shape how you look at things. So if that sister didn't have, such a good interaction or experience with sisters, that can make you feel like, well, this not that important to me because of the things that I previously have experienced, and I'd rather just be by myself
Keep
and
my distance. I don't want to deal
yeah.
with
So
y'all.
it
Yeah.
just depends on what lens sisters are looking for from, but I really was surprised. So I don't know, but I think sisterhood is important.
Yeah, that's a good point because I was about to get ready to play this video right here. But I got to. I'm sorry. I was finna get and do this. Oh, that's the wrong one.
That was a good one though. She said, "Wait a damn minute,
No, it's this right here. That's what I was gonna play.
She said, "Mm-mm."
But no, for real, that's a good point though. It just depends, cause I know like especially coming out of the world. Me
Mm-hmm.
personally, I'm gonna be real. Me personally, I went through so much in the world, like so much in the world. That by the time I came into the truth, I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want nothing to do with none of y'all. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like all y'all weird. I ain't want nothing to do with nobody. But I had to heal from past pain, past trauma, because it was like it's hard to like when we come into the truth. You know, some of us we probably went through a lot in the world, right? And so you come into this truth, trying to make bonds with people, even trying to court men, you know, even trying to build bonds with sisters. It might be hard due to your past experiences, and that's why, you know, yes, we put off the old woman, but you got to heal from that past pain and trauma. Like that stuff is real because if you don't, it's gonna carry over in the truth. And I'm telling you, you got to heal from all of that because whatever you went through in the world that you didn't heal from, you're gonna come into the truth and be like, oh, y'all the same. I don't want to do none of y'all. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
kind of mindset I had. Like he can, even my other one, like I wasn't really trying to mess with him at first. I was like, nah, I don't want to do with
See
you.
that again? I
Sorry.
was running. I'm like, listen, brother, I ain't got time. Listen, brother, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want no friend. I'm not trying to get to know nobody new. I'm trying to focus on myself. I'm trying,
Okay,
So I
that's
was the
exactly how it
same way.
was.
Same way.
So I think definitely like experiences in not even in the truth, but also in the world, like things that's hurt you in the world. You might come into this truth and kind of feel like everybody's the same because that's how I felt. I just felt like because when I grew up, like I'm the only girl, and I grew up with like I don't have brothers, so I didn't grow up with a lot of women. I grew up with a lot of men, a lot of uncles, brothers. So our and so that translated into high school. I had a lot of male friends. I didn't have a lot of female friends in high school. I had a few, and so when I was growing up, I kind of was like this. I was like the sister that had a lot of Jake friends, and I kind of had that mindset of females weird. I don't want nothing to do with y'all females. I was kind of one of those Eves. I was like, females weird to me. So when I came into the truth, I kind of had to let go of that. So I can understand why a sister might say it's not important to her due to like anything that might have happened. But I think it's very important that we heal from anything, you know,
Yeah.
because not all sisters are the same. Like everybody that's Israel is not Israel. That
Right.
is true. Romans 9:6, when I'm mistaken. You know, just because they got a hair wrap on a friend does don't mean anything. That's why you got to prove a friend.
Gone. Rightfully
But it's
so.
easy to group people together when you've been through so much. And that's why we got to be compassionate and patient with one another because you never know what somebody else might went through. But I know also for me, it was hard to open up. You see what I'm saying? Like it was hard to be like, "Can you pray for me? I need somebody to talk to."
Right.
Because I was so used to, "Nah, I got it. I don't need your help."
Yeah, you so used to being like, I'm alright, I'm okay, or and Hadassah got me out of that. Hadassah really, I really appreciate her for that. Like she used to be like, girl, you can fool them, but you cannot fool me. Like, especially like when it's something wrong. And I was like, no, I'm okay. Like, first of all, that's a lie. So you're lying. Let's start there. Okay. And your sisters are here to help you for a reason. Like, you don't have to pour and spill your whole heart out. But if you need something, ask for help. Ask for help. You got to be like, you know, yes, is something wrong with me? No, I don't feel like talking about it right now. And that's okay. But acknowledge what you're going through. Acknowledge how you feel. Because, like Abarriyah said, it's no other way to heal from those things and to help sisterhood grow if you're not acknowledging what you're going through. You know what I mean? Or the things that you have been through. There's no other way to grow and flourish and allow sisterhood to develop, let alone, be better than what it is now. So
That's a good point. And also, like I wasn't one of those willing to be vulnerable, right? And so, like the sister Lily just said, you don't have to pour out your whole heart. You know what I'm saying? You just acknowledge what you're going through. Hey, I need prayer, but I don't feel like talking about it right now, because that's okay. You don't really got to get into detail if you don't want to.
Right.
Um, and I know for me, the sister y'all and I, that I love that sister, y'all. Like that was my first friend coming to the truth, and we're still very close. All praise to the Most High. But that was the
Oh,
first sister I
praises.
met in the truth. That's still my dog.
That's my
And
dog.
that's my dog. All praise to the Most High. And so, she was one of those sisters that like really helped me really get a grasp of everybody isn't the same, because when I came into this truth, when I was first coming to my walk, she was there, and I was telling her, like, I don't really like telling people what I got going on. Like, I've been through so much. And she kind of had to tell me, like, we in this truth, like, we're not going to do you like that. And I kind of still had that mindset of just because we're in this truth don't mean nothing. But that's not true, because if we're in this truth, then we're striving to be different. We're supposed to be moving in the spirit. Now, of course, everybody in this truth is not sincere, but for the most part, we're in this truth. And that says a lot,
Right.
So, um, I mean, it takes a lot to put your trust in somebody, though. So
It does. And like you said, that's if we in this word, I was reading Sirach this morning. Like I was just reading so many different precepts on how to be a friend, how to select your friends, how to know if someone is your friend or a true sister. You know what I mean? Because like you said, all Israel ain't Israel. And just because a sister got hair wrap on, walk around with her friend, just got her dress on, she seemed nice, but
post mighty things.
exactly. Some people only fear the eyes of men and not the eyes of the Lord. So it's like that sister might be one way, with y'all, but then when she go home, she might be a whole different kind of person. So proving a friend, take your time. Be not hasty to credit a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Read Sirach chapter 6. It's no rush. What are we rushing to?
You ain't getting married.
That's my best sister. That's my that's my ace right there. Like, prove that sister. Prove her. It takes some time. We posted earlier on the page, our YouTube, our Instagram page, Proverbs chapter, I think it's 17 and 17. It talked about how you know your friends when you go through adversity. Sometimes you got to go through things with sisters, and it's okay. Those things test sistership, so, and sisterhood, and the bonds that you actually have. So I think don't credit sisters too quickly, but don't be real weird and standoffish. Oops, should I say weird? But yeah, hold on. Let me get that preset right quick. I'm gonna go.
So I got a lot of gems on friendship, like definitely. I was reading I was reading Proverbs in my auto wine, and it was some in Proverbs about, it might have been Proverbs, that's all right. One of those. They both got good gems.
That right there, Proverbs and Sirach, they go hand in hand. They be cutting. Okay.
The best books. I really love those books. Sirach, one of my favorite books. But it was basically talking about, because the Bible tells you, it teaches you everything, right? These things are here for our learning. The Bible tells you how to act and how to carry yourself and all that. And a precept in Sirach or Proverbs, one of them, not sure. It was basically saying like, if you reveal somebody's secrets, like you and your friend, y'all might get into it, y'all might have an exchange of words, y'all can make up. But like telling somebody else what they confide in you, telling their secrets, now that's just something you can't shake back from.
Oh, that was that's in Sirach. I read that this morning.
See, that's the spirit.
I think it's in chapter 9. Is it 19?
It got it.
Sirach chapter 19. But yeah,
I read it the other day. I'm trying to find it.
I didn't grab my sword like I should have. Just sit down right here. I think it's 19 because I read it this morning. If sisters know the precept, y'all can put it down in the chat box.
Just another night. I'm gonna find it, Lord willing. But I think it's very important. I think sisterhood is important. Um, I be needing somebody to, bear my burden when I'm going through it, because I'm in the flesh just like y'all. So I be needing somebody to lean on, and I'm
Oh, here
thankful
it go
for
right
sisters
here. I
that
got
be
it.
there. Real thankful.
Sirach chapter 19 and verse 14. It says, "Admonish thy friend. Um, it may be he have not said it, and if he have, that he speak it not again." Oh no, that ain't it. But I know what you're talking about though.
It's in Proverbs. It gotta be. I just read it the other
Oh,
day.
it's
Like
in
literally,
Proverbs.
it gotta be.
Oh, here go one. Sirach chapter 19 and 10. It's kind of the same thing. It said, "If thou hast heard a word, let it die with thee. Be bold, and it will not burst thee. For a fool," it says, "a fool travels with a word as a woman in labor of child." So it's just like, and then verse 8 says, "Whether it be friend or foe, talk not of other men's lives, and if thou kennest without offense, reveal them not." But verse 7, "Rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee, and thou shalt fare never the worse." So it's precepts in here to that tell you how to be a friend, what to do, how sisterhood should be. And oh, did you find your precept? My bad. I'm just
I'm
thinking.
still looking.
Oh, okay, calm. Just
Mhm.
keep talking. But I was just gonna say, dang, I forgot what I was about to say. Lord willing, it come back to me, but um, it definitely is some real gems in the Bible, especially when it comes to sisterhood. Because, like in Titus chapter 2, it tells us that the older women are supposed to, the elder women, excuse me, because older don't mean elder, okay? It don't mean that you have all the wisdom, but uh, the elder women are supposed to teach the younger sisters in this truth, those sisters that are new, fresh, just coming in, how to behave, how to be, you know, and without sisterhood, how can we do that? How can we do that?
She wants to hear what we think the benefits are to sisterhood and what have we learned so far with coming together other sisters. Um,
Okay, go ahead. You can start. You muted. Hello.
Not no more.
Oh,
You want me to go first? You want to go first?
I got a couple written down.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I have, for the benefits of sisterhood, we have unity, and we know that's something that the Lord loves to see. Um, Certain sisters you can have special bonds with. We have support and encouragement and exhortation, and we also have accountability, and it helps us learn. It helps us have dependability. So some of these things I wasn't able to have in the world. I wasn't able to say that I can depend on sisters. I wasn't able to have sisters be my accountability partners, because I might ask a sister to be like, "Hey sis, you think this off?" They be like, "Nope," and go right along with the folly instead of rebuking me and exhorting me to do better. We have sisters checking in on one another. We try our best, because we all have our own things going on. Sisters moving, sisters newly married, sisters, are in school, moms, everything. So we do have our own things going on, but we still do try to make time for sisters to check in, or sisters might have rooms on Clubhouse, on Instagram, things like that. Whereas though, I know the sisters in WFI have a call every Thursday. So things like that for exhortation are very beautiful. Um, and what's the other one? What have I learned so far with coming together with other sisters? I think I've learned that every sister isn't the same. I've learned that every sister is in a different part in their journey, and I have to be patient and understanding of that. I think I've learned every sister not gonna be your best sister. You might not so called get along with every sister, but in Israel, keep the peace, you know, be at peace with many, you know, but have that one counselor among a thousand. So that's what I learned so far.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Those are beautiful points. I found the precept, by the way. All praises. I'll bring it out in a minute. Model wine helped me. But so in the world, I didn't have sisterhood. I had a lot of yes mans. You know, like the sister Lily said, we just went along with the Father with me. But in this truth, I got sisters holding me accountable. You know, they're gonna tell me when I'm going off, or they should. And the sisters around me, they do. They definitely do. Like when I'm slipping up, if I go off, I got sisters to hold me accountable, and I don't want no yes man around me. You know, and
That's right.
being in this walk, we're supposed to rebuke one another because that's what real love is. Because in the world, we didn't know what real love was. We thought love was just saying I love you. But in this truth, love is different. Love is an action word, First
Action.
John 3 and 18. So you show you love somebody, you show you love somebody through their actions. So you show you love me by telling me how I could do better, by rebuking me, by checking on me, things like that. And those are things we're not used to in the world. So it feels nice to know that if I need anything, first I'm gonna go to the Most High, of course, but it's nice to know that I can call my sister and talk to her or ask her prayer. And like the sister said, unity. Me personally, I have not congregated that often just because I've been miles away from Ottawa. So the only times I really congregated with sisters was when I came down here, but I just moved. So I'm excited about congregating more often. But the times I have congregated, it's nice to have that unity. It's honestly like when you're around like-minded people, like-minded sisters, it is so nice. You have a blast. So it's nice to just, unity is real nice.
Mm-hmm.
What have I learned so far with coming together with other sisters? We learn from each other. There's a sister. I've learned a lot from her already, especially cooking tips. And Sister Ashley, and most of the sisters around me are older sisters, so it's real nice to gain wisdom from those older sisters. Like most of the sisters around me. So, but I think unity is definitely a big benefit from sisterhood. Unity, definitely. That's what it's about. We're united together. We're all in this together.
Once we know where we are and the stars that we're making.
We're all in this together. Me personally, I haven't congregated that often. But the times I have, I love congregating. Like that got to be
It's
one of
so
my
much
favorite things to do.
fun.
It's like I be living
Sisters
another
be
life.
so beautiful. Garments be hit. Everything like sisters just be. You be like, okay, like.
It'd be fun.
I be sad when I had to go home. I be like, dang, bro, I don't want to go.
But I think also another benefit is like just sincerity, just love, just pure. Like, I guess the big thing for me is, and of course, once you prove a friend, I know that if I go talk to this sister, I know that conversation stays between me and her. She is not going to tell nobody else because she fears Yahawah. And that's what goes to proving a friend. Like, you know who you're dealing with once you prove them, once you pray about it. So I know when I go tell Lily and I go call Lily and I'm telling her what I've been going through, I know that Lily is not going to tell nobody. She's not even going to tell her husband because she fear Yahawah. Bahasham Yahawashi. So that's a big one. Like just knowing that when the sisters that I talk to that I confide in, I know that they fear Yahawashi wholeheartedly because it shows in their fruits, it shows in how they act, it shows in their walk. And I know that when I go to them and when they come to me, this is us, me and you, and that's it. We're right here with it. I know that I ain't got to worry about her telling her husband, and then somehow it ain't got to Shanika down the street. How you know? I don't gotta worry about none of that.
Not even in the truth. Shanika not even.
I don't gotta worry about none of that.
Shanika not even in the truth. Okay.
Because would you finna say something?
No, I was gonna ask you. Did you want to read that precept?
Okay.
So
this is Sirach 27:16. Whoso discover it was in Sirach, by the way. Whoso discovers secrets loseth his credit and shall never find friends to his mind. Love thy friend and be faithful unto him. But if thou bewrarest his secrets, follow no more after him. For as a man have destroyed his enemies, so hast thou lost love of thy neighbor. As one that letteth a bird go out of his hand, so hast thou let thy neighbor go, and shall not get him again. Follow after him no more, for he is too far off. He is as a roe escaped out of the snare. As for a wound, it may be bound up, and after reviling, there may be reconcilement. But he that beware of secrets is without hope. So basically, playing upon tables, you know, you might wound your friend. Y'all can make up. Y'all might get into an argument. Y'all might be able to make up. But once you would tell their secrets, you tell somebody else what they confided you about. That's what I hope. They gone. They don't want nothing to do with you no more. And that's out the Bible. So be mindful. Make sure you're in the right spirit, sisters, because and that's what the Bible said. So don't be surprised if a sister don't want to do with you no more. You done told the business. Look, you ruined it. Y'all might be able to make up, but
it is not gonna go back the same. It's like a ripped up piece of paper, and you can tape it back together, baby, but it's still gonna be some see-through pieces. It's not gonna be the same. Or like I seen this thing where they crinkled up a piece of paper, and then they opened it back up, and it was like it's still a piece of paper, but the wrinkle's still there.
It don't hit the same no more. Here different. Here different. Here different. Here different. It hit different.
Y'all know that song. Stop being like that. Y'all know that.
I'm saying, that song right there. Why they being like that? Don't be overrighteous, y'all.
That's why I said, come on now. Y'all know that.
But I like that precept. When I read that, I was like, dang, that's true though. And we want to also make sure we're not holding grudges in this truth.
Oh, but you're not supposed to do that. That's in the law, baby. Come on now.
Okay. But I will say, I think, how do y'all feel about meeting new sisters? I'll
be real. Y'all will know when I meet a new sister. Let me tell y'all, my sisters know. They be like, Lily, what is wrong with you? Sometimes, it depends on where I am. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, hey sis, Shalawam. And then other times I'll be like,
now Lily.
For real. It's just the spirit. That's how my spirit works. Like, and it's not on purpose. It's nothing to be malicious to a sister or anything, but that's how my spirit works. Sometimes I just be like, I feel it. Before I know, that happened to me a lot. Before I know, like, what's up, like, my spirit will tell me, like, tread lightly. Or, you good, you cool. But I don't know. It's not on purpose, though, y'all.
Yeah, and look, that's the spirit. Spirit of the Lord. Hey, look, I can't be mad at the spirit now. But I meeting new sisters, I'm be real. I be excited, but then sometimes I be on the fence. Just be real, because sometimes say he try to come play my mind, he try to play my head. I'm like, yeah. He try to play my head. But I love sisterhood, but I just you gotta prove a friend. That's all. You just gotta prove a friend. So I mean that's all it is to it. I mean, you gotta be kind of iffy because I don't know you. I don't know you from a can of paint. So I gotta get to know you. He said I gotta prove you.
Yes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shoot. I ain't mad at you. That's very wise. If I do say so myself. If thou is to get a friend, approve him. Okay, go ahead.
No, you just quoted that. But funny, Lily. All right, Sirach 6:6-7. Be in peace with many. Never. This whole chapter means
that bring it out. I don't listen. Sisters need to hear this because they might not have read it before.
Okay, we're gonna start at verse 1. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy, for thereby thou shalt inherit an ill name, shame and reproach. Even showest thou a sinner that hath a double tongue. Extol not thyself in the counsel of thy own heart, that thy soul be not torn in pieces as a bull straying alone. Thou shalt eat up thy leaves and lose thy fruit, and leave thyself as a dry tree. A wicked soul shall destroy him that hath it, and shall make him to be laughed to scorn of his enemies. Sweet language will multiply friends, and a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings. Be in peace with many, nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000. So pause there. You ain't got to tell everybody your business. You know, you can. I talk to a lot of sisters, but there's only like maybe 2 or 3 I can find in. I told what's going on. Maybe 4. It just depends. Now, if this day only had just one, it just means just a few. Just
the select.
Not even this much.
We're mustard seed. Sorry.
Y'all see this about as small as these right here.
Yeah.
If thou wouldst get a friend, prove him first and be not hasty to credit him. So don't be hasty to be like, oh, this is the cool, you know, she mighty, you know, that's my friend. You don't know her, you don't know nothing about her. Take your time. For some men, as a friend for his own occasion or not abiding there. So some sisters, she only trying to get the benefit. What can I get? What can I get? What can I get? And there is a friend who being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach. Again, some friend is a companion at thy table and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. So as soon as you're going through, you need prayer, she don't want to do with you. But in thy prosperity, he will be as thyself, will be bold over thy servants. But as soon as everything going good, she want to eat at your table. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee and will hide himself from thy face. Separate thyself from thine enemies and take heed of thy friends. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such an one hath found a treasure. Nothing doth countervail a faithful friend. His excellency is invaluable. A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him. Whoso feareth the Lord shall direct his friendship aright, for as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. So birds of a feather flock together. Y'all heard it here first. It's in the scriptures. It's also in Sirach 13. You know, we stick together according to our like, and the Most High, he directs our friendship. You know, the Most High should be the center of everything, especially of friendship, especially in this truth. So as you will, so as your neighbor also.
Oh, that's Sirach 13 and 16. I wrote that one down too.
Yep, those are on that. And I want to get Sirach 11 and 29. It also goes into proving sisters. Bring not every man into thine house, for the deceitful man hath many trains. So don't bring every sister in your house, because every sister is not sincere. Some sisters are very deceitful. They look good on the outside. They say they're in this truth, you know, but they're just not sincere. They're just not pure in the heart. You know, they got their own kind of scheme in their head. You know, they really only want to be in contact of something that only benefits them. And the Most High wouldn't have put that in the scriptures if it wasn't true. So the Most High put us in the scripture for a reason, because Romans 15 and 40, these things are for our learning. Right. And the reason we come in, you know, everything is thus saith the Lord. But most of the podcasts that we do, of course, we go to scripture, but sometimes we pull up articles. But for stuff like this, friendship, the world's not gonna tell you how to be a friend, because they don't know. The world don't know what love is. So this Bible tells you how to love. It tells you how to be a friend. It tells you everything. Because everybody's not sincere. You even see it in movies. Have you ever seen the movie Paid in Full?
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch that movie so much when I was growing up, like literally on replay. Mm-hmm. The movies
that's
like that.
That's a lot of movies, though, when you think about it. Like a lot of movies, especially what we call the classics in our community.
Yeah, it's always a fake friend, a snake.
What they say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So people be portraying like they your friend, but they really don't like you.
I never, even in the world, I ain't like that fake stuff. It's Romans 9 and 6. Not as thou the word of Yahawah have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel. So just because somebody is Israel, they got the fringes and hair wrap on, that does not mean anything. I want to see what your spirit like. I want to get to know you. I want to prove you. Do you really fear Yahawashi? Those are the type of things I want to know. I want to know the type of person I'm dealing with, the type of person I'm inviting in my home. Because if we kicking it with each other, those like, it's very, you got to be very mindful who you hang around, because spirit's hot. You don't want spirits hopping on you. You don't want spirits. You don't want to bring spirits in your household. Whether you got your own place or not, you're still bringing those spirits in your household. Period. You don't want no type of wicked spirits hopping on you. So be mindful of the people you hang around. Be mindful of the people who call your friend, who you call your sister, because everybody's not sincere. They might portray a good look, but the Lord eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun. So like 23:19. So some people only fear the eyes of the man, but not everybody fear the eyes of the Lord, and that's in the scripture. The Lord, He knew these things. He knew some Israel would be fake. He knew it. That's
Yes.
why it's in here. He it's a warning. It's a warning. Like, watch out.
Yeah.
Because they got sheep clothing, but inwardly they're ravening wolves. You'll know them by their fruit. So see how that sister acts. See how she talk. See how she treat people. See how she talked to her parents. See how she talked to her elders. Things like that. You got to pay attention to people. We do.
I had Sirach chapter 37. This is really good to go with Sirach chapter 6. This is verse 7, and I'm going to read until I think verse 12 is where I'm going to stop. It says, every counselor extolleth counsel, but there is some that counseleth for himself. Beware of a counselor, and know before what need he hath, for he will counsel for himself, lest he cast the lot upon thee, and say unto thee, thy way is good, and afterward he stand on the other side to see what shall befall thee. Counsel not with one that suspecteth thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee. Neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous, neither a coward in matters of war, nor with a merchant concerning exchange, nor with a buyer of selling, nor with an envious man of thankfulness, nor with an unmerciful man touching kindness, nor with the slothful for any work, nor with a hireling for a year of finishing work, nor with an idle servant of much business. Hearken not unto these in any matter of counsel, but be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. So this is going into detail of what counselors you don't want and the things that you should look for. But this goes with Sirach chapter 6, and that was Sirach chapter 37. So when you do have that counsel, like Abarriyah said, prove, that's in the word. But this kind of goes a little bit more into detail of those that you want to beware of getting that counsel of. But I think this is very important, touching on sisterhood, because I was reading, I had text a couple sisters. I was reading Judges chapter 11, and if y'all haven't read it before, I don't know how do you pronounce his name? Jephthah. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's in Judges chapter 11, and the sister, she was going through a really hard time because her father, he had made an oath with the Lord. The first thing that came out of his house, that's what he was going to sacrifice to the Lord. So the first thing when he got home, came out the house, was his daughter to greet him with timbrels.
He was like, "Oh man,
Dad, you're home." So then he was like, "Dang, I gotta keep my oath to the Lord." So her friends, when I was reading in it, her sisters came together, and was like, because she actually said, can I have time to bewail my virginity? Like, I never got to do, like, her youth. She never really got to do anything. She's never married, never had any children. And she's like, you know what? I accept it. It is what it is. But I noticed that sisters came together to support her in a time that was heaviest unto her. And I was like, dang. I was just thinking, like, dang, sisterhood is really important, because what if she had to carry all that burden by herself? Like, she didn't have exhortment to be like, you know what, sis, we're going to, die for the Lord. It's okay, it's okay. You'll be with the Lord again. And just beautiful exhortation that her sisters could have given her during that time period. But when you by yourself, it's like certain spirits can bring you down and attack you and make you feel like you're not worthy or things like that. But with sisterhood, certain spirits do not play with certain sisters. And sisters, if you've ever called a sister and you was feeling some type of way in one moment, and then by the time you got off the phone with that sister, that spirit had fleed. That's because you called the sister you called that spirit. That spirit was not playing with that sister. So it's just like, we are pillars. If we pillars amongst our community, not only in our household. So to help and strengthen and uplift our sisters, like that account right there was real heavy. I was like, dang.
That's a beautiful account. Because sisterhood is also uplifting your sister when she falls, when she's going through it. And I want to touch on an account in First Maccabees chapter 13 where Simon was exhorting the nation because they was in distress. And it's verse 7, it says, "Now as soon as the people heard these words, their spirit revived." So when he exhorted them, they felt a lot better. It's like their spirit came back to life. That's how heavy and beautiful exhortation is. Just by getting on the phone with a sister, you feel so much better when y'all get done talking. You feel so much better when y'all get done praying because the spirit of the Lord was upon that sister. That spirit got up out of there. So
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely important to reach out to sisters. We talked about this in one of our first or second episodes, about independency to a certain extent. You know, when you're going through it, that's the time you want to need to depend on sisters. Not that I can do it all bad by myself. I don't need nobody. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not asking for no prayer. I'm not doing none of that. Now, granted, some things you let the Lord feed and you just continue to pray on them. But sometimes it's okay to reach out and be like, hey, I really need, can you please fast with me? Can you please pray for me? Can I please call you when you have a chance? Sometimes you need to do that. And that's okay. That doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you any less of a woman. We're all in this flesh and we all need that. I had to do it a few weeks ago. I was like, look, I'm just going through a really tough time and had to get on the phone with a sister. I was like, you're right, sis, I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna get right. Type of thing. So it's okay to do those things. It's okay to be vulnerable. That's why I think it's important to heal from any past pain and trauma. Um, because it's hard to open up and be vulnerable if you have a lot of pain that you have not healed from.
God. I was when I was thinking about why sisterhood was important, I kind of went through like different things. So, like I said, the daughter of Jephthah versus Sarah and Tobit. So Sarah and Tobit, if y'all haven't read that, the sister was going through it. The sister was really going through it, and at that time period, like I said, she didn't have anybody, so it was different from the daughter of Jephthah. Um, she wanted to kind of take herself out this thing. She she ended up praying to the Lord. And if y'all read that account, y'all see that people was whispering and gossiping, about the things that was going on in her life because, her husbands kept dying. Well, the ones that, she was supposed to marry, the men kept dying. So, instead of them uplifting her and gathering around with her to be like, sis, everything's gonna be okay. This is of the Lord, whoever your husband is, you'll be able to marry him and don't worry. But no, she was by herself. So that was kind of like I compare and contrast those two accounts, and that's it's very life and death is in the power of the tongue. So it's just like with the words that people speak, that gossiping spirit, you got to kill that thing. You kind of got to be able to tame your tongue and control your spirit. If it's something that, you see, everything don't have to be spoken on. Everything don't have to be talked about. But, yeah. And then I was thinking about Job. His friends came and sat with him,
He was going
you know.
through it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I compared that, even though it's not the same, I kind of compared it to Susanna because Susanna, she just was only person she really called on that is documented that she called on was the Lord. Everybody was just pointing a finger at her and believed the elders that was wicked.
And
You
she ain't had
know,
nobody either.
So it's just like,
Mhm.
it was never a bad report of her, but it's just this one thing, and people are just looking and pointing fingers, and it was like no support. So it's a lot of accounts, sisters, that y'all can go read. Um, and then I was thinking about Dorcas, also known as Tabitha. How sisters came together for her, and like, no, Lord, please save the sister, save her. So, it life versus uplifting versus falling down. And then the last thing I was thinking about was McCall, how she was going off, and that cost her, to have no children until the day she died. Like, it's not said that sisters rebuked her, reproved her, or anything. But if you have those elder sisters around you to help you and show you, sister, this how you're supposed to talk to your husband. This is how you're supposed to communicate. It says be angry, but sin not. Don't go off and go in this way. It might could have saved that sister. She might could have had children, before she died. But it's different results when you have sisterhood and when you don't have sisterhood. So Lord willing, that can provoke thought to sisters, and Lord willing, y'all can go read some of them accounts.
The Bible, it tells you how to be a friend. The Bible teaches you everything, so it's just very important to read. That's why we gotta really read ourselves. Really, really read ourselves. Very imperative to read ourselves. Hmm. Those are mighty accounts. Those are mighty accounts.
Con.
Did you want to read some of those examples? Some of those things sisters posted on the page.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you hold on?
You want to pull it up?
Are you able to? Because it's not like on the page. It's like I had to screenshot that. That's kind of in the comments.
Con, I can email it to myself real quick. Hold on.
Okay, Con. And I kind of wanted to uh, talk about how sisterhood is important in different ways. Like, I was speaking on Titus chapter 2. Sisterhood involves helping and teaching younger, new, or older sisters the do's and don'ts. And then I was thinking about like fashion tips, you know, certain ways, you can put your clothes together. Sister, I believe it's Sister Mayan. She does a very
Mercedes.
She does a very beautiful job at putting outfits together and showing sisters how to piece outfits together that are modest.
That's
Cooking.
just a real stylist.
Abarriyah does a lot of cooking videos. It's different sisters. Ask your elder sisters how to throw some things together, how to cook. Homekeeping, studying techniques, staying strong and enduring. Like we said, exhortation. Some sisters, do music in this thing. So you have different ways to uplift sisters. And last but not least, we talked about the council. So sisterhood is important. It helps you. It helps you grow to be a better sister.
Con, those are very beautiful examples. Very beautiful. I like those. I emailed them to myself.
Okay, here.
Definitely. But, and one thing about sisterhood, you got to be humble. You got to be willing to be that being around women that's better than you. You ain't got to be the top notch. I don't need nobody to correct me. It's okay to be around some sisters
No.
that's got a lot of more experience than you, a lot more knowledge than you. That's gonna teach you some things. Be around sisters that you can learn from, basically. Don't
Yeah.
be around sisters and women that's gonna push you to be better. That's going to tell you when you're going wrong. That's going to pray for you. You know, Also another way of sisterhood is y'all can read together, study together,
Okay.
and don't defraud yourself of a good day. It's not, y'all can go to the mall.
Go to brunch. You on mute?
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all go shopping, go to brunch, things like that. That's why I was so excited to move down here because there's a sister in the area and we literally been just planning all these activities and now we can do it. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So it's okay to do, shopping together. I go to the mall, the movies. Y'all can do stuff like that in righteousness. So
Yes.
lot of ways for sisterhood, really. But I'm gonna pull up these pictures. This picture.
So, once Abarriyah pulls this up, the first question on here was, let me, I wanna, oh, hold on, y'all. My bad. Because it's going to be a little bit small, but Lord willing. Okay, so the first sticker that I posted was, hold on, let me see. So y'all, because y'all can't see the question, y'all can kind of only see the answers. So
You posted too. What does sisterhood mean, look like to you, and then share a few ways we can improve our sisterhood in Israel.
cons. So the first one is share a few ways we can improve our sisterhood within Israel. Lily of Zion said checking up on each other, praying for one another, being open to meeting new sisters. Love Whitney, LOL, said we should do monthly DMs for all sisters to make sure that they in the spirit and doing well. Taj the Judite said being sincere. Kamara Smith underscore QP said studying together. Tazawan said being understanding of where sisters are in their walk. JS Next Door said not being hateful towards each other, especially in the topic of polygyny. She also said correct each other in love and accepting correction. Most correction is the Most High testing you. Say that again. Mayan Israel said check up on your sisters often. It can mean a lot. L Artsy 2 said more correction instead of judgment, more communication and less gossip. Fallon 144 said checking in on sisters, maybe getting out of your comfort zone and talk to a new sister, Lord willing. Yedaya Yasharala said truly self-examining, putting off the old woman, not being jealous but happy for one another. Royalty Calls 21 said more events for sisters to come
Okay, I
together,
see that.
to come gather. More events for sisters to come gather to. And House of Bayamyan said check on your sisters, pray for your sisters, love them as you love yourself. So that was a few ways we can improve sisterhood in Israel. And then the next one was
Slow
what
down,
does
slow down. Wait a minute.
oh my bad. The next one was what does sisterhood mean or look like to you? So Jay, God's child said love. Love Whitney, LOL, said wanting to see each other at their best. The modest princess, uplifting and uplifting and being a support system in the spirit of the Most High. LRC 2 said the Most High created us to be there for each other. Be the light. How would we do that divided? That's a good question. Provoking sisters to thought. Fallon 144 said creating a safe space, having a support system, bearing the fruits of the spirit, etc. Yedaya Yasharala said having your sister's back, holding her accountable. It looks like being there to lift a sister up when she is down. Royalty Calls 21 said no being jealous, trying to be an example, respecting each other, being kind and loving one another, correcting each other when we see something is off. So those were those were the answers to what does sisterhood look like to you or what does it mean. So I think all of these answers were, really beautiful through the spirit. All praise to the Most High. Sisters were able to, participate, share their thoughts, and if sisters, did you want to read that one? Because that was a comment on the post.
Yeah, you had missed two. One said sisterhood is about correction or lifting each other, and then
Mm-hmm.
another sister said how we can improve our sisterhood is studying together. So
Oh,
those are
praise
some good examples. All praises. The water for sisters, getting active, and that really helped out the podcast. The water for that. I think those are all really great. I think y'all pretty much hit on a nail. Honesty, sincerity, pure. Love is an action word, and I think First John is a great read. I think First John is a wonderful read when it comes to love. And I just want to get this. This is First John 4:20. If a man say, I love Yahawah, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love Yahawah whom he hath not seen? And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth Yahawah love his brother also. So you can't say you love the Most High, you haven't seen the Most High. But your sister and your brother just sit here every day, you can't stand them. It doesn't work like that because we're made in the Most High's image. So Lord, let's provoke sisters to show more love to one another. It's okay to. I just want to also encourage us to take your time because I don't know what sisters done been through, but I know for me, it was hard for me to get to trust sisters. It was hard for me to be vulnerable. Those things were
God.
very hard, and it took time. It took prayer. It took fasting. It took acknowledging my pain and my emotions to heal from them, so I could
Mm-hmm.
be vulnerable again. So those things take time. So take your time. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with one another. And most of all, Luke 6:31, as men would do unto you, do unto them likewise. So treat people how you want to be treated. If you don't want nobody talking to you that way, don't talk to them that way. If you don't want nobody telling your secrets, and of course we're not playing get back here because that's all vengeance of the Lord. But treat people how you want to be treated. If you don't want nobody doing that to you, then don't do it to them. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. So just as you would treat yourself, just as you would want somebody to show love to you, you do the same to your sister, your neighbor, because Yahawashi said in Matthew 25, the Most High, he's looking at how we treat one another, definitely, because one of the most key factors when Yahawashi is separating the sheep and the goat in Matthew 25, he's separating them based on how you treated your brother. He said, what you have done for these, you did for me. So he's looking at how you treat your brother, how you treat your sister. That's very important. The Lord is definitely taking note of that.
All right. I think I had one more precept, Colossians 3:23. It made me think about that. Oh, I think I like. Let me read this one first. And this might be a real hard one for sisters, but hey, this Sirach chapter 28 and verse 2, it says, Forgive thy neighbor the hurt that he have done unto thee, so shall thy sins be forgiven when thou prayest. One man beareth hatred against another, and doeth he seek pardon from the Lord. You got to be merciful in this thing. If a sister hurt your feelings, exercise Matthew 18:1. You got to forgive that sister. Talk to that sister. Go to that sister and let her know, what it is. You ain't got to tell every sister. Go to that sister. Let her know what it is. And that was taking me to Colossians chapter 3:23. One of my favorites. It says, And whatsoever you do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. So, Lord willing, the Most High will guide your sisterhood and sisterships of right, as long as He is the foundation of everything that you do, And Sister's fruit will tell you, what type of sister that she is. So that's all. Oh, did you have anything else? I got one more thing.
No, I don't got anything else.
Okay. So, you guys, in the spirit of sisterhood, today I want to present to you a product that I have. This is my EDC bag from Royalty Defense. If y'all not following them, it's royalty_defense_ the number 1 and then the number 2. Y'all can go in there and get y'all a bag, y'all. I got mine in the mail. Bam. My defense kit for when I go out. It has a pen that also is like a knife, a taser, and a flashlight, and a pepper spray mix. So stuff that you can add to your go bag, your Jacob's Trouble bag. But support sisters. Sisters out here in Israel are very talented. So please go support that sister. That's shout out to Sister Cena. That's the sister that actually made our intro song. So that sister got many
It's just
talents.
a very talented.
Okay. But yeah, that's it.
Also, sisterhood is supporting one another. Don't be jealous. Support your sister business. Don't be mad.
That's right.
In honor of sisterhood, I gotta close it out with this. Not like y'all don't know this right here. That's one you spirit right here. Act like y'all know. Hey, throw them hands there. Put your hand in the air like that. Hey,
Put your hands
I
in the
got all
air.
my sister where they are.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, hey. C'est la soul in the building. Hey, hey.
Cause I got all my sisters with me. Where you at? Where you at? It's time to come correct on my sisters.
Hey,
No weapon for the gifts is gonna prosper. That's a fact. Hey, save my soul. Got your back when that devil in your ear. Better relax. We the pills, we the crowns. We gonna hold our brothers down. Prophets 31. Rep until we hear that trumpet sound. What? Sisters of virtue. Don't let this co-op diverge. I'm not for real, y'all. That song get me in the spirit. I love that song. Pecan. That's my favorite song. Go. SOV. Go check it out. Check it
Sisters of
out.
virtue.
My
Didn't
soul.
know, now you
Wait a
know,
minute.
sister. Oh, okay then.
But kind of y'all support y'all sisters, check on your sisters, and I also wanted to say, bearing one another burdens is very important. But me and this, I think we roughly touched on this on one of our, I don't remember what podcast, but we talked about like being mindful, but also sisters being real with themselves.
Oh yeah. You gotta be real
Yeah.
with yourself. Be honest, be real, be if that's your sister, you should be able to talk to her and she should be able to be like, sis, that's okay. That's okay. Everybody's in a different season. That's why I said being accepting of what season a sister is in, that's very big. Understand what season you are in, understand what you can bear, what you can't bear, be honest, and maybe in a different season it might be different. So sometimes you're able to give sisters 50%, sometimes you're able to give 80%, but a sister should be accepting of what percentage you're able to give, Now she went and put the stunner shades on.
I'm gonna get up out here in these streets in righteousness. But we're gonna end it here, y'all.
Love
I gotta
y'all.
go.
Lord willing,
It's Sunday. I gotta get stuff done.
Oh, okay. It's new moon. I'm about to relax.
Oh yeah, you do that.
Yeah. Love y'all.
All right. Love y'all. Shalawam. The sisters page. What's sisters page?
Oh, it's royalty _ defense _ the number 1 and then the number 2. So it's 12. Royalty _ defense _ 1 2.
Love y'all. Shalawam.
Shalom.